Got it. Hello, everyone. Let me do a couple things real quick. Sound. Okay. Okay. So welcome, everyone. I'm going to wait a couple minutes till everyone's in here. But thank you for coming. Let me just kind of situate myself. Look who's in the room. Great. Open up the chat. Cool. In the chat, can you hear me, everyone? And can you see the screen share of how to buy your first NFT? Thank you, Stephanie. Oh, great. William, awesome. Scott. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, beautiful. So we got one more minute. My name is Joe. I might wait another minute to kind of give the introduction, but while you're here, I guess I should be talking. So why don't I introduce myself to you? My name is Joe. I'm an NFT strategist for VeeFriends. It is now 11 o'clock, so we're official. So it's super nice to see everyone in here. I'm hoping we can learn about NFTs. My name is Joe, NFT strategist for VeeFriends. We are going to have May, who also works for VeeFriends, in the chat. So during the presentation, if you have any questions, feel free to type it into the chat. And I'm hoping that May will be able to answer some of those for you. I will be taking questions at the end of the presentation. Then we can kind of open up the floor to answering the questions at the end. But like I said, May will be helping out. What else can I start off with? So here's what we're going to do. Basically, we're going to do a presentation of how to learn a little bit about NFTs. I will show you some video. It should take about a half an hour. I'm just going to warn you now, I go on tangents and I'm a bit of a chatter. So I'm hoping to keep this tight and not go off the rails too much. But yeah, just warning you now. So basically, other than that, oh, I see May joined. Hello, May. I told them that you will be helping out into the chat room. If I need any help, May will be there for me. But let's start off by just saying thank you for being here. So how to buy your first NFT. Let me just that. So how to buy your first NFT. Let me just go to our slide presentation here. Great. So first things first, what is an NFT? So it's a non-fungible token. That is a crypto asset or a digital asset. It's unique, a one-for-one. It's digital art, virtual real estate, collectibles. It's basically one of a kind. And that's the opposite would be a fungible token, which is there's multiples of those. Think of like a dollar bill. All of them have basically the same thing. They're the same value. You can print a bunch of them. They're not unique. So that would be the difference between a fungible and a non-fungible. Non-fungible is one for one, unique, indivisible. It is on the blockchain, so you can basically have it transferable. You can prove ownership. So you can see the history of it. If you know what you're looking for, you can make sure that it is all exactly who you're wanting to buy it from, and everything is transparent because it's on the blockchain. So that's what an NFT is. In order to get an NFT and get involved with purchasing and trading NFTs, you're going to need a crypto wallet. And what is a crypto wallet? It's basically what makes you be able to transact on the blockchain. It is what you will transfer your ETH to, and it will be able to log into Web3 websites and also be able to buy and trade on those websites using the blockchain. There are two types of wallets. There are software wallets and hardware wallets. We're just going to focus on software wallets right now. Hardware is a little bit more security focused, but a software wallet is something of a extension that you can download to your computer browser. And you're using that, like I said, to log into different Web3 websites. Moving on, there's different types of wallets. The most popular is Metamask. It's the one that most people use. There are others. If you want to do your own research with everything in Web3, you're going to hear that over and over, is do your own research. But you can do your own research. If one of the wallets is better suited to what you think would be best, I'm not going to argue with that. But I would say that MetaMask is by far the most popular. So whenever you're buying an NFT, logging onto a site, it's always going to have MetaMask primarily. But there are others that you can look into as well. Popular hardware wallets. These are pretty much the two hardware wallets. Like I said, we're not going to go too deep into that now. It's kind of next step, more security, but we do have a video in the presentation that you will be able to check out, and we will definitely discuss the benefits of a hardware wallet in the future. So the most important thing right now that I wanted to touch on is, so the wallet that you use, you will be able to, they do have desktop versions of the extension and mobile apps that you can use these wallets on. Now, we want you to use desktop, especially in the beginning. Like I said, you can use both, but the reason we want to focus on desktop is it's way easier. I've been in enough the space to know that, like, if there is an issue, typically the first thing that will arise is, are you on mobile or desktop? And if you are on mobile, if you're using your wallet and it's on mobile, a lot more times you're going to have issues with that. And they will ask you, well, maybe you want to go on a desktop. So basically what I'm trying to say is that to run into the least amount of issues, especially in the beginning, we want to make sure that you're doing desktop rather than mobile. Once you are badass advanced Web3 people, you can start doing the mobile and you will be fine, but let's focus on the desktop as of now. So we are actually going to watch a video now, and this is how to set up your crypto wallet. And like I said, we're going to be using MetaMask for this, but let me play this. In the chat, just make sure, if you can, that let me know that you can hear it once I start to play it. I'm going to play it in full.
Add the MetaMask wallet extension. Today we're going to learn how to download and add the MetaMask wallet extension to our Google Chrome browser. We're going to use MetaMask because it's the most widely used wallet. There's other wallets available, but for our demonstration purposes, MetaMask is what we chose. So the first thing we're going to do is go to metamask.io, which is the website that you can download the extension. Always double check the URL whenever you're downloading or connecting your wallet to any site. We're very early into Web 3.0, and one of the exploits that people use is creating a site that looks almost identical to a site that you're trying to go to, and then being able to exploit you that way. So make sure it's the correct URL. the correct .io, not .com or .org in circumstances. So we're at metamask.io, which is proper. And we're going to go to the top right, and we're going to hit download. You can see the supported browsers: Chrome, Firefox, Brave, and Edge. We're going with the most user-friendly in my experience, which is going to be Chrome. You can see that on the top, it is already prompted us to use Chrome. There's a tab for iOS and Android, but once again, we're going to go with the easiest, which is going to be Chrome on our desktop. They do have mobile, but it is it's less buggy and it's a much easier experience with desktop and Chrome. So that's what we're suggesting here. So it's going to say install MetaMask for Chrome. And it's going to bring us to the Chrome Web Store. And we want to add to Chrome. And we want to make sure it's the correct one, which it is. And you'll see a video on the bottom from the MetaMask team. And we always suggest getting as much information as possible. And add the extension. So we can navigate away from the Chrome store, see the extensions tab, and we want to actually add it to the top bar. So we'll click that and then pin it, and now you can see the cute little fox on the top right there. So once we click there, we want to open up the MetaMask site, and you'll be able to see that we go to MetaMask and that we can get started. But first, check out that the fox will follow our mouse. So get started. And here you have two options. We're going to use yes, let's get set up. That's for someone with no wallet or anything like that. The other option, no, I already have a secret recovery phrase, is if you've already set up a wallet, which for our purposes, you have not. So let's get set up. Help us improve MetaMask. I would read through this, do your own research. It's not going to be giving your information, exposing you in any way. So I clicked agree, but check it out and read it yourself. We'll create a password. And with this password, I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. I don't like to keep my passwords or recovery phrase on my computer. We'll get to that in the security section, but let's click that and move forward. So now that we have this password, we're going to go to secure your wallet here. So let's take a little bit of time to talk about what a secret recovery phrase is. It's a 12-word phrase that is your master key to your wallet and your funds. So I can't stress how important the secret recovery phrase is. Everyone wants it. Every scammer is going to be trying to get it. You might hear seed phrase. It was called seed phrase before secret recovery phrase, but it's basically the same terminology. So you're going to be writing this down on a piece of paper, not keeping it on your computer because it can get exploited. And I'd write it on a couple of pieces of paper and put it in a couple of different places. And then you would want to watch this video and read the information on this little tab. But I want to stress how important it is. It's your bank information. It's your social security number. It's if they have access to your wallet and your seed recovery phrase, they have access to everything in your wallet and all your NFTs, all your funds, and hopefully all your NFTs are going to be valuable and precious to you. So we want to make sure that you're as safe as possible. And let's hit next. So secret recovery phrase, once we click here, for our purposes, we'll show it because this is just kind of a test. But once we click this, it shows you the 12 words, the holy grail of your password. So make sure you write this down on a piece of paper a couple of times exactly in the order that it is. If you lose this, you lose everything. And if you give this up, you give up everything. So I'm hoping that I am stressing this enough for you. We want to write this stuff down. We're going to need that. But some tips on the right. store this phrase in a password manager. Like I would not do that. Write this on a piece of paper. I would do that. Memorize this phrase. I have people that memorize it. Just be careful. If you memorize it, you might be quick to use it. So you always want your brain to always know if someone asks for that, you want everything to come to a screeching halt. But here, let's confirm that exactly how we saw it on the page before. And I'll take this time to continually stress how important the secret recovery phrase is. So, always make sure that you're keeping it safe, please. We will talk about it in security, but like pretty much no one will ever ask you for your secret recovery phrase. A website will not ask you. So if any website does, even if it's Firefox, there's potentially an exploit there. Everything should come to a complete halt in your mind, and you want to reset and make sure everything is safe. Never give it up. So congratulations. You've downloaded and added the extension to Google Chrome. You've done it. You now have a wallet, and we're very, very proud. So read through all the information, and we want to click I'm done here, and then we'll go check out the wallet a little bit. So it's just saying what's new. They're talking a little bit about where transactions are easier to read. But in your wallet, you're basically going to be looking at your options here: buy, send, swap. Those are all going to be like kind of third-party, things. But the most important, I would say, is under account 1 is going to be your public wallet address, which you're going to be giving that to people that you want to send money to, or if they want to send you something. It's not a secret or anything like that. You can give that out pretty regularly, and it's not a problem. But let's go to buy. You can deposit ETH through here. Like I said, these are third-party apps, so we'll go over that a little bit. But send, you would put in, if you wanted to send money to somebody like me, you could put my wallet address in there. And then if you want to swap ETH for a different token, you can as well there. So those are basically the pretty standard options for your wallet. On the bottom there, it says assets and activity. So assets, when you get something, you'll see it. And then activity, it'll show you that as well. We'll go over that more a little bit later. And then you can see, you can create a new wallet. You can set up your hardware wallet, and there's different networks. All things we'll go over, but I do want to stress how lovely it's been setting up the wallet with you.
I don't know about you, but I could listen to that voice all day long. No, but great. Now you have the wallet set up for the wallet, which is great. Now that you have that wallet, how do you fund that wallet? How do you add Ethereum to that wallet so you can now buy an NFT? So there are currency exchanges in which basically we're going to use Coinbase. If you saw them on the Super Bowl ads, we're going to use them. There's also other ones that you can use. Binance outside of the US is a very popular one. Do your own research. Choose whatever one that you are most comfortable with or suits you best. But we're going to use Coinbase for our demonstration purposes. What it is basically it takes your fiat money or whatever currency that you have, and it allows you to exchange that for Ethereum. So once you have that on Coinbase, you can send that to your wallet, because on Coinbase, and Coinbase is going to do a wallet. They have a wallet and they're going to have a marketplace, but for our purposes, we're just going to say that it's a cryptocurrency exchange. Any hands raised, I'll get to you at the end, but it's a exchange, and we're going to, once exchange the money for Ethereum, we will then transfer it to our wallets so we can purchase NFTs. So how to sign up for Coinbase? Now that we have our wallet, we want to sign up. So I'm going to.
Hello. Today we're going to learn.
Amazing voice. I just wanted you to hear the beginning of that voice. But we want to sign up for Coinbase. Always, whenever you're using anything in Web3, websites, anything you're connecting your wallet to, always make sure you have the correct URL. But we're going to skip through this video a little bit. You are just going to be adding your information and verifying you are who you are. The one unique thing about Coinbase as far as verification goes is it's going to ask you for your license. So as we're going through this process, verifying and signing in, we'll get to a point where the one thing I find unique is it's going to request you to add your license or state ID. Since we're using currency and things like that, they're going to go a little bit further and verification. So we are verifying license. It's going to say license or state ID and then give you some options for how to upload that. So right here, level 3 says verify photo ID. So that's the unique thing I would say. On the right side is basically the account limits. So the other thing, once you verify your ID and all the other verifications, you're going to choose a payment method. Here's the verify ID. So choose one of those, and then it gives you options to add that license. But once you do that, you're going to also have to provide a payment method for Coinbase. So on the right side, it shows some of the stats. It says disabled for send and receive. Sorry, I'm just going to pause that real quick. But send and receive is disabled, and that's to be disabled until you put in the verification and your payment method. And on the right side, it shows you like the bank you can use as the payment method, PayPal, things like that. And so we're going to go over a little bit of the payment methods, pros and cons. So here's add a payment method. Bank account, PayPal, and wire transfers are the 3 that I want to focus on. Bank account is the most well-rounded. It's going to make your life a lot easier when you're buying crypto from your bank, when you want to take the crypto back out to Coinbase, transfer it from ETH back to money, and then transfer it to your bank. That is the easiest process. The only negative about the bank, I would say, is it takes 3 to 5 business days, it says, and it means it. So it's not going to be one of those things where it's going to be after you're going to set it up and a day later it's going to be verified. When you use this, and so time is of the essence. Don't expect to buy a VeeFriends Series 2 and set this up the day before. You have to give yourself 5 days if you're going to use the bank account to set this up in order to fund the Coinbase and then send it to your Ethereum wallet. So that's what I kind of want you to know about bank account is timing is going to be crucial for you. So 3 to 5 business days, 35,000 limit per day, which is a good amount. But if you're a whale, you might want to use a wire transfer. It's the cool thing about wire transfer is usually it goes through the same day. If you clicked on wire transfer, it'll show you the process in which how to do the transfer, and it usually goes through your bank. Once you do the transfer, like I said, it usually goes through within a day. There's no limit. So if you're a whale and you need a ton of capital to buy and convert to ETH, you can use transfer. It does say 1 to 3 business days. I'm sure there's situations in which it does take that amount of time. So take that into account. But typically it is a little bit faster than the bank account. So that's something that some people like. And then PayPal is the third one. It's instant and there is a limit of $1,000 per day. So that would be the con on PayPal. So those are the 3 things that I wanted to hit with Coinbase. Here's a little bit of a graph, gives you a rundown of some of the information if you want to check that out. That might make it easier for you. But now that we've signed up and we are good, we chose our payment method, we're verified, then let me see here through the video.
Here are some videos of video I found on the web.
Oops, give me 1 second on that. So yeah, I think that was pretty much yeah. So basically we set up the account. You chose your payment method. You verified your payment method, you verified your ID, and now you have a Coinbase account. So next we're going to ask how to add the Ethereum to your MetaMask. And we will play this video, but I'm going to skip through this one as well. So now we've basically have our Coinbase account. We've signed up properly. We've verified, we have our payment method. And now we want to basically take the money from our bank account or whatever payment method we used and exchange that for Ethereum. So we're going to go to the buy sell on the top. And basically here, the only thing of note I would say is that we want to make sure where it says buy, next to that it says Bitcoin. If we were buying Bitcoin, great, but we're going to use Ethereum. So we want to click on Ethereum and change that. Click on Bitcoin and change it to Ethereum. Underneath that, it says pay with, and that's our payment method that we chose. And then you can choose how much you want to convert. So we use $250 in our circumstance, but you will go through the process of this video, choose Ethereum, add how much you want to put in there. It's a one-time purchase. You'll see here it says Ethereum under buy, which is exactly what we wanted. Right here, once we confirm, you'll start to see the $250 under order preview as instead of dollars or currency, it's the actual Ethereum breakdown, which is 0.07. And here I also want to stress, you always want to make sure to notice that there's a Coinbase fee. It's $1.25. So now instead of $2.50, it's a little bit less. So skipping through here, once we clicked that we wanted it to convert, it went from $6.27 because we had a little Bitcoin, and now we're waiting, and it's our portfolio now says the money that we converted from our bank, we now have it in Ethereum, which was the goal. So went from 6 to 251. Perfect. We did that. We are now set with Ethereum in our Coinbase account. And now we want to send that to our Ethereum wallet. So we open up our Ethereum wallets, which is the little fox that we pinned on the top of our toolbar on our browser. And we are going to open that up, and we need to basically take our public wallet address, which is under account 1, and we're going to copy and paste that. Now, we want to make sure that we always get that correct. When we open up the wallet and we get our public wallet address, we are sending the ETH from Coinbase to that wallet. If we mess that up, it's not going to send it to that wallet. It's going to send it to whatever we screwed it up to, or it'll just say that there was a mistake, that it won't transfer. So we always want to make sure when we're sending, receiving anything, we want to make sure that it's properly the correct wallet address. You know, once in Web3, it's very final. You know, like if you send something to you, if you make a mistake, there's not someone that you can really talk to say, hey, I screwed this up. Can I get my money back? Can I get my NFT back? So currently, since we're so early, we definitely want to make sure that we're doing things properly. So we are going to copy our wallet address, which is public, and we can share that. Once we copy that, we are going to go back to Coinbase. And we are going to send. So we click the send button on the top, and basically we're going to take the send all the Ethereum that we have on Coinbase, minus the fee. We're paying with Ethereum, and we're going to, on the 2 on the bottom there, that's where we're going to put our public wallet address. We're sending this somewhere. We're sending it to our public wallet address. So we're going to copy and paste it in now, and we want to make sure that that matches with our wallet address. So we'll open up the MetaMask wallet again and just make sure that it coincides with the correct number here. So it gives you the first 4 or whatever and the last 4. So just make sure that that's proper. Even if you have a space at the end of the wallet address, a blank space, that can screw up the transaction. So make sure that it's proper again. So once we're okay with that, we are going to hit continue. And here the important thing is I want you to look at network fee. You'll see that it's now not 245, but 234 because of the network fee. We're dealing with fees now, which is a bummer. But on the blockchain, whenever we're dealing with the blockchain, there's going to be transaction fees. which are called gas fees. And in this circumstance, it's called a network fee. But whenever we're dealing with the blockchain, that's what we're dealing with, gas, network fees. And we always, always, always want to make sure to look at that and make sure we're comfortable with the gas fee. It changes all the time depending on how busy the Ethereum blockchain is being used at that point. So it can spike to really high levels. And I want you to make sure that you're always looking at that and being okay with the level before you confirm. You can get yourself into a lot of trouble if the gas prices spike and you're clicking okay with that. I've made that mistake plenty of times. In the beginning, Ethereum, your MetaMask wallet wouldn't say like error. It would just show you gas fees that were like $5,000. So I think that they've changed that, and now it'll say like expect transaction to fail. But it gave me a good reaction to constantly checking gas fees before you click OK on any transaction. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure you understand what the network fee is, and to make sure that you're always looking at that. I think that's very important. So now we okayed and confirmed that we wanted to send that amount of money to our wallets. We put in the proper address, we put in all of it, and we're sending it to our wallet. Typically, let me find where it says it. So in here, it says it takes up to 10 minutes. And it's always a scary time whenever you're sending money from one place to another. So it takes about 10 minutes. It can take 30 seconds. It can take a little bit longer than 10 minutes. And that's because of the gas network fee. They go up and down. So if you put in a price of gas fee and it shoots up, it might not go through until it comes back down. So we'll show you how to kind of check the gas fees and make sure it's in the proper place, but it can take up to 10 minutes or longer. Just know that you should be okay. But we're going to open up our MetaMask wallet at that point to check to see if it has gone through. So let me click here. So you can see now that the MetaMask wallet's open, that it reflects the 234, I think it was, that went through, and it shows underneath there where it says ETH. So we're pumped up. We've done it. We've gotten the Coinbase from our bank to Ethereum on Coinbase, and now we sent the Ethereum to our MetaMask wallet, and now we can transact, buy NFTs, sign into Web3 websites. You can see on here that under activity, it shows you that it says received the payment. So all the activity will show those things if it failed. And if you click through there, it will bring you to Etherscan, which is kind of like a different level. We'll get into that later, but activity shows what's happening, which is great. Assets next to it, you can see certain NFTs and things like that, but we're going to get into that a little bit more. I think through here, we've done the important thing, which is we set up our wallet with ETH. So let's go to the next step. This is just kind of a backtrack to the payment methods. We always want you to kind of research your payment methods and whatever is the best for you. And this is for Coinbase. So like I said, I usually use bank account, wire transfer, or PayPal. But you know, do your own research, check it out. Tell me what you think. So how to buy an NFT. It's super exciting to buy an NFT. You can check this video out. It's on OpenSea. There's a bunch of different marketplaces, but OpenSea is probably like the eBay of NFTs. You can buy, sell, trade, check out things. Looks Rare is another one that you can use. The other thing that's interesting about OpenSea and any marketplace, and we're going to get to that at maybe the next slide, which is I bought an NFT. How do I see it? So back to the how to buy an NFT slide. Watch that, learn how to do it. It's a great reference. Once you buy it, you're probably going to want to know how to see it. So you bought the NFT. Where do you see the NFT? Marketplaces like OpenSea and Looks Rare is a great place where most of us look to see what our NFTs are and what we bought. The NFT, I don't want to get too like bogged down into like technical stuff, but an NFT is stored on the blockchain. For our purposes, let's just say it's stored in your wallet. It's not necessarily stored in your wallet. It's a way that you can look at it, but it's stored on the blockchain, which is more safe. how to see those NFTs, the best way is on OpenSea or LooksRare. You can either sign into those places and check your profile out, and it'll have all your NFTs in there. If you don't want to sign in for whatever reason, you can also just copy and paste your public wallet address into the search bar of OpenSea, and it will bring up the account, and you can put anyone's account in there. It's all transparent, and you can see what NFTs are in there. So that's the easiest way to see where your NFTs are stored. Rainbow Wallet is a good one where, like, Metamask, sometimes under the assets, it might not show the NFTs that you bought. It just doesn't update fast enough or whatever. You might have to manually add the token so you can see it in your wallet. That's why OpenSea and LooksRare are better to kind of check them out. But Rainbow does a good job of automatically adding the wallet. So yeah, how to set up a hardware wallet. We're gonna skip that. Like I've been skipping it all presentation. It's just it's another level of security. But basically, if you want, we have an expert on our team that is doing hardware wallets. You can definitely, and I highly suggest watching this video, but for our sake, let's just move past that. And we'll get to scams. So we are early in Web3. And in that earliness, there are a lot of safety protocols that we have to deal with, because there are lots of people trying to take advantage of the fact that we are so early. And what I mean by that is there are ways that people are going to try to scam you that are so good that it's insane. So if it's too good to be true, it usually is. And what I would say is, it sounds a little bit cynical, but don't trust anyone, especially now, until you get a good feel of everything, because everything can be kind of exploited. Like, we will give you examples, like in this slide, an email that's been sent out, and you can look through the email and see that it's not Gary's website. You can see that Gary's Twitter is not Gary Vaynerchuk. Like, they're going to come up with interesting ways to misspell his name or come up with different ways to scam you. Just know that if it's too good to be true, it probably is. I wouldn't trust anything at this point. No DMs. If you're on Discord, which we highly suggest you come to our Discord, I would even turn my DMs off. There's social engineering scams. There are scams like the one in this slide. There's not going to be any giveaways that you're not going to be there. No one's going to DM you or send you an email about a giveaway or free anything. As of right now, let's just make sure we don't trust any of these things. Okay. There's ways that people can steal Gary's name on Discord exactly how it is, pretty much, and DM you, and you think that you're like talking with Gary. You're not. Like, let's just make sure that we're being uber safe. Trust no one. Okay, so Gary has a philosophy on doing your homework, so make sure that you're going to Google. He says Google is your mom, I think. I'm uncomfortable saying that, but do your homework, right? Look it all up, be knowledgeable on everything. Key terms, which we went over: wallet address, public wallet address. That's where you're going to be giving things. It's basically your address. No one can send you anything through the mail without your address, similar to what the public wallet address is. You need that for people to send you NFTs and cryptocurrency. Public, so it's not, you don't have to worry too much about it. Gas, we went through that. I hope that I explained that. Make sure you're always looking in gas. I would definitely do a hard research on that. And it's one of the most important things, and one of the most things that you can kind of like lose ETH on or pay too much for. So always be aware of gas. Minting, it says verify new transactions on blockchain. The way that I learned about minting was it's creating the NFT on the blockchain. So it didn't exist. Now you've minted it, it's created and now on the blockchain, right? Secret phrase. This is what we did for our wallet. No one should have this. You don't want to put the password or your seed phrase or secret. I said seed phrase because secret phrase and seed phrase are the same thing. It was seed phrase before they changed it to secret phrase. But if you hear those are the same thing, and you never want to give that up. People will try to get it from you. Like I said, going back to scams, like if you went to OpenSea.org instead of .io, you could get something that looks like the site, and they will ask you like, hey, your MetaMask opened up and it's asking your seed phrase. It's really significant, like really good looking scams. It's not just someone being like, hey, give me your seed phrase. It's very unique, savvy ways to try to sneak your seed phrase from you. And if they have your seed phrase, they have everything. You're gone. It's done. No one will really ask you for your seed phrase. No website's going to ask you for your seed phrase. Nothing. If someone asks you for the seed phrase, any possible way, if it's MetaMask, if it's anything like that, just make sure that it's probably a scam. So a screeching halt should be happening in your head if someone asks you for the seed phrase, even if it looks super legitimate. So always take time at that point to make sure you're good. Reach out to people that you trust, that it's, that you're doing the right thing. NFT and tokens, same thing, interchangeable. NFTs, non-fungible, and it's a token. So like I said, you hear tokens, you hear NFTs a lot. It's basically the same thing. And then signing, when you're signing your MetaMask, when it opens up, if you're doing transactions, it's going to have you sign something, and that makes it official and it approves the transaction. So that's always important. Always read what you're signing, make sure that it's proper. And then the last thing that we have is our index. So all the information that you need is in here. Great step-by-steps, very basic stuff. Highly suggest doing your homework. All the videos from this slideshow are in there. I'm going to go to the collection breakdown. So VeeFriends collection is series 1 is what our Genesis series. VCon tickets are from series 1. And so I would say that this is probably the most important series. I mean, all of them are going to be amazing, but this is the first, and I think on Gary's mind most often. Book games was the last one. I would think of book games as VeeFriends 1.5 leading into series 2. Gary did a 12.5 book. If you bought 12 of them, you got a NFT. And basically there was 125,000, and book games are forever playing games and basically getting prizes and things like that. So super fun, a lot of great opportunities for the book games. And then we're probably here for VeeFriends Series 2, which is launching in spring of 2022. I think May did a spoiler alert alpha drop in one of these classes that says it's early April. I don't know if it's early April, but I think it's going to be April is going to be the series 2. But look out for that as well. So I hope that this was helpful. I think we're going to do some Q&A. On the bottom left, I think that there is I'm going to unmute May if possible. May,
Hello, Joe.
Hello, was that okay?
That was great.
Great.
I would ask the audience, not me. I mean, like,
right.
Did you guys like it? Give him a thumbs up if you guys liked it. Yeah,
exactly. So we're gonna do some Q&A real quick. We'll try to get to your questions. On the bottom, May, doesn't it say under reactions they can raise their hand? Cool. So if you have a question and you want to raise your hand, I will unmute you, and then you can ask the question and hopefully get you some info. So I see, and then once you're done with the question, please mute back. And I'm asking Leo to unmute. So Leo, let me know if you're good.
Hey man, can you hear me?
Leo, I can hear you, man. How are you?
Awesome, doing well, man. You did great. If you wanna ask us, you did great.
Oh, I love you, man. I love you so much. What's up?
Quick question, man. I want to get. I'm not too clear on what the book games are, and I've kind of read through the website, and it just a bit confusing to me. Sure. How the whole thing works. What do you mean they're forever? Like there's a limited supply. It's kind of like a little too much. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. It's definitely there's a lot of info, right? So, God, let me try to make this as simple as possible. So there's a secondary market. They've been all distributed, right? And so, and May, I think that there's you can send some links down to kind of give some explanations about what it is. But basically, people were sent these NFTs. They're not on Ethereum, they're on a different blockchain. So you would need the MetaMask wallet, and you link that to a website called Treasure Trove, and you set up a wallet. It's super easy to do. Well, it's super easy, sort of. In my mind, it is. It might be scary, you know what I mean? But like, you click on the button, and we have the videos, but like, you basically click and it's a couple clicks through and it sets it up for you. But once you set it up, basically, like, there's also a place on VeeFriends, which is a marketplace where you can basically see like, oh, for 2 NFT book games NFTs, I can get a different NFT that I think is of greater value, or however you want to play that game. The other thing about the book games is it puts you in the friends list, which gives you an opportunity to purchase the series 2. So an opportunity, it doesn't guarantee you anything. It just gives you a better advantage. So basically what I would say is that it's forever, meaning Gary's always going to be kind of like pulling the strings on it, right? Like, oh, if you have this book game, you're going to like be able to burn, and burn just means like send them to a wallet that you can never do anything with ever again. It's basically in essence deleting them. But like, hey, if you had 3 of these ones, and then you had some amazing opportunity that Gary kind of was like, this is what we're doing here, you can burn them and get this opportunity. Whether it's like buy a Bored Ape, or buy, like, I think Flower Girls was one of the NFTs that were on there, and it was for 2 tokens. And I think it went up to like 1 ETH, which is like, you know, a super deal on, you know, buying and selling, like taking the book games, like it was probably like 0.2 per, and then selling it for 1 ETH. So you would have made a ton of money. But basically it's kind of that thing is where you're buying the book games. There's going to be constantly new opportunities in there that Gary's going to be focused on. And there's a marketplace in which you can burn those tokens for VCon tickets, for all these different types of prizes. And there's always going to be constantly updating that game. And so book games being forever just means that we're constantly going to be in there until there's no more NFTs from book games left.
And is there a place where you can buy and sell these book game tokens, or you can only get them if you bought 12 books?
So, and like I talked about in the slideshow, OpenSea and Looks Rare are the Ethereum secondary markets. What is it? Token Trove is, I believe, and I think that May will post a link, but Token Trove is the secondary market of where book games is. So you can go on book games. If you have your MetaMask wallet, you connect it to the to Token Trove, and then you can buy, sell, do all that sort of stuff. And then if you go to
the book games,
then you go to the VeeFriends site, and then there's the like all the shit that you can like, oh, I want to use these for that. Right.
It gives you a description of everything you can do with them.
Yeah, you're like, oh, now I'm gonna get busy with these tokens now, right? I'm gonna like,
and they're all sold out already, right? You can't just buy 12 books anymore and get one or whatever. Like that's already,
yeah, that's passed.
Okay, so that's on Token Trove, you said.
Yep, and check for the links. We should be good with that.
Awesome, appreciate it, bro.
It was a pleasure, man. Leo, I love you, man.
Love you too, man. Bye.
Hey, brother. So mute. Okay, Joe, I'm going to ask to. Okay.
Hey there, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, man. How are you?
Awesome. First of all, thanks for doing this. Appreciate all you guys. I have 2 quick questions. The first one would be, where should we have our ETH stored in order to purchase Series 2 as basically as quickly as possible?
Yeah, so it's going to be stored in your wallet, your MetaMask wallet.
Okay,
so,
MetaMask is good. I wasn't sure if it was going to be like Immutable X or something like that. I guess that would be for level 2. So MetaMask will be good.
Yeah, so like the cool thing about level 2 was that it was like no gas fees pretty much.
Okay.
And that's kind of why we went that direction with that, because it was so many NFTs.
Yeah.
But for Series 2, we're doing it on Ethereum. So with Ethereum, it's going to be MetaMask all day. So basically, I would say put it in your MetaMask wallet and you'd be prepared to purchase it on whatever way that we're selling them.
Perfect. And second question would be, I know this is kind of hard to tell depending on how the market would respond, but I mean, once Gary, I guess, puts out exactly when Series 2 is going to drop, I mean, what's like a rough timeline in your opinion? I know it's obvious I won't hold you to it, but I mean, how fast are these things going to sell out? Are we talking like 3 minutes and they're all gone? I mean, do we need to be there like right when they drop? You know what I mean?
Right. So I'm not sure what's been said and what's being allowed to be said. So like, I know that there's going to be a public minting period. So if you don't have a series 1.5 book games and you're not allowed in the 12 days, I think it's going to be, or something like that, in that sort of aspect, and you want to just do public, when that launches, I'm going to expect that it's going to be a hot ticket item, which means that it could sell out pretty quickly. I think that it said it's going to be around $1,000. I forget what the breakdown of that would be in ETH, but I would expect that to be quick, man. I mean, it's going to, like, the series 1 was Dutch auction, I think. So that was a little bit longer period of time that people could wait. This one I would expect it to be a lot faster. Gas war, I don't know if you've heard that term before, but if something is going, if there's a very popular drop or project that's launching, everyone's trying to get there, and gas prices can rise really a lot. So that could be the situation. So public mints are always tricky that way, but hopefully we can kind of make it a smooth and good process for everybody. But I would expect it, if you're doing the public mint, to sell out pretty quickly.
I mean, in my opinion, it seems like for the people who get that 12.5 days ahead, who win that lottery or raffle, it seems like that's more than enough time for everything to be gone by then, no?
I think we're going to, well, like I said, I don't know. Nothing, Joe, I'm not, despite our names being similar or the same, you could say, I don't know how much I can say as far as like that goes, but I know that there's going to be allotted amounts of NFTs, I think, for the public. We want the public to have access to NFTs for Series 2. So there will be those. Could we probably sell them out in that time, the 12 days? Yes, but I think that it's important for Gary and for us. Well, like for Gary, I mean, it's important for us too, but like Gary wants to make sure that everyone has access because it's important. You know what I mean? It's important that people get a chance to purchase it, even if they haven't been involved yet in book games 1 or 1.5.
Okay, and the new characters, are those going to be available to those people who have that 12.5 day early access, or are those being held out until the public?
Joe, I don't know the answer. Well, I don't know if that's been talked about yet. May, can you join in here or no? Or just shake your head, or I thought I already asked you to unmute.
You did, but then, like if I mute myself, you have to give me permission again. What was the question? Sorry.
Joe's question is,
Hi, Joe.
The new characters, are they only going to be available to the people in the raffle series, the friends list? Do we know that?
That is a great question. They're separate. You having the raffle is separate than if you can, like burn for the characters. Exactly what the timeline is, Joe, that has not been shared. No.
Okay.
You scared me, Joe. I thought that I was gonna like say something that I shouldn't, but
well, while I'm unmuted, actually, now that I can speak, I want to answer Heather's question. So Heather's very interested in going to VeeCon. VeeCons are one of the year, it's like the mega conference that everyone wants to go to in terms of being in NFT and the Web3 space. So VeeCon is only VeeCon is going to have a VeeCon NFT ticket. This ticket will be dropped to, I don't know if it's going to be dropped or, like what the method is, but this ticket will be given to VeeFriends Series 1 Genesis collection holders. Okay, so if you own a VeeFriends Series 1, you get one of these tickets, right? The community has around like 9,000, there's only 10,255 tickets. The community and whoever owns a VeeFriends Series 1, they own around 9,000 plus of these tickets. Gary himself owns 1,000 VeeFriends. So he himself has 1,000 tickets that he has distributed onto the Book Games Exchange. That's kind of like you know, it's like its own thing. So I'm not going to go too deep into it, but just know on the Book Games Exchange, you can't buy a VeeCon NFT ticket right now. But that's just like buying like a slot to own one of these. So when these tickets drop to these VeeFriends Series 1 holders, some VeeFriends Series 1 holders have multiple VeeFriends. So they can actually then sell their NFT. Like if they have multiple tickets, they might want to sell some of these tickets. So then, Heather, you can then buy it on secondary markets when these VeeFriends Series 1 holders decide to sell these tickets. VeeCon will be in Minneapolis, Minnesota this year from May 19th to the 22nd. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, May.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Hop in anytime you want. Yeah, and I would think that there would be a lot of buying and selling of the VeeCon tickets if you're out of the area or whatever. I think that there'll be plenty of opportunities in those opportunities you can definitely take advantage of. Leo and Joe, if you could, I don't mind, but if you can unraise your hand, I think you won't go under reactions again. So I'm gonna unmute Omri. Is that how you pronounce it?
Correct.
How are you?
Great. How are you, May?
Very good. Very good.
Quick question. How is that? It's kind of general one. How does actually a minting process works? Is it through OpenSea? Is it through the websites? I guess if it's a lot of, you said it's going to be probably a lot of people. So I guess some websites collapse or something like that. So
yeah. So are you asking how the minting process is going to work for Series 2, or are you asking how it's working in general?
I guess it's kind of the same, but let's say specifically for Series 2.
So for Series 2, I'm going to assume that we're going to do it because we haven't fully figured out, I don't think, what we're going to do as far as the minting process goes. I'm assuming it's going to be through, VeeFriends website at some point. But basically what happens with and I don't know, so don't take this as how it's going to happen, but a good frame of reference is this is usually how it happens on all mints, right? Mints being creations of these NFTs and buying them, which would be you go to the correct site, right? So VeeFriends.com in our instance. This is a good point. This is a good way to say also, if you're minting on a different thing, always go to Twitter or their official Discord links or their official websites to double check that you're going to the right one. I referenced before that people change like a zero, an O to a 0, and then you're on a new site and then they freaking get access to your stuff and you're screwed. So always double check. But you go to these websites, you connect your wallet. You go, it'll give you usually a place where it says connect wallet on the top right. You connect it, your MetaMask pops open and it says, are you okay to sign this? So you'll click a couple times and now your mask is connected to this site. You've logged in essence. There's usually a button to say, I want to purchase this or that or whatever. You click the button and your MetaMask opens up again, and it usually gives you the price of whatever it is. You want to make sure that's proper. 0.08 is one that comes to my mind. That's been a lot of NFT mints, but 0.08, and then it'll have a gas fee. And if it's a popular thing, the gas fee could be insane, right? So you want to check that gas fee and make sure that you're okay with it. Like the reason I check gas fees is A, is it proper? And B, like I said, when I first started Web3, the MetaMask wouldn't say like, oh, you've made a mistake, because if it's sold out and you're trying to buy it, it'll still go forward, but it'll just say the gas fee is $5,000. And that's the wallet's way of saying something's fucked up, something's messed up, right? So always check the gas. But in essence, VeeFriends, you're going to check the price, you're going to check the gas. If it's about appropriate, you'll say okay. You'll click okay in your MetaMask wallet. It usually shuts down. The website says you're minting. You can go open your wallet up, and under activity, it'll say pending. If you click that, it'll bring you to Etherscan, and it'll show you how much gas you've used, and you can check that with what the current price of gas is. And if it's not going through, you can see, oh, I paid 75 gwei for gas, and the current price is 280. and yours isn't going to mint unless you speed up the gas in that circumstance. But in general, you log on to the website with your wallet, you click OK, you check the information, and then you'll have it after it goes through and the NFT is confirmed. And then I usually would go to OpenSea and make sure that it's in my wallet under my profile. And sometimes that takes a little while for the metadata to update or whatever, but within a few minutes, it usually shows up in your account.
So you're saying the moment, like he said, it's dropped, just go to the site and start clicking till my wallet is connected to the like minting?
No, yes, but what I would say is you made your action made it seem like you were rushing, like, oh, I got to do it. I want you to never, ever rush. Rushing is the birth of everything that you're going to regret as far as a scam or not checking the gas or something being messed up. I want you to slow, like if you messed up and you didn't get your VeeFriends Series 2, you know, like you're FOMOing hard. You're like, I need to get it. I want to be the first to get it. I want to, you know, like that is in everyone's head, right? And I want you to take a deep breath, make sure you're doing it properly, especially in the beginning. And then I want you to know that even if you don't get it initially, there's always going to be opportunities in the future to get it on secondary or something. There's always going to be people selling them. It might be higher priced, but I'd rather you do it properly, pay a little bit more in secondary than your entire wallet getting wiped out of all your ETH.
Now for the V1, the secondary is not a little bit higher. It's quite
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So
go ahead.
Yeah. So you're saying that it probably would be a little bit more because you said about all the conjunction on the web. So it would probably be more than the, let's say, the 1,000 that you're kind of saying. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes the price of gas is more than the price of the mint. I mean, it can definitely be that if something like, especially nowadays, it's pretty wild. When I first started, high gas was like, you know, over 50. Now high gas is like, if you get 50, you're lucky. So you definitely have to, especially in the beginning, like it's scary to use some of like ETH now in my head is ETH. It's not dollars, it's ETH. If you're in this long enough, hopefully you'll kind of get to a place where it's not quite as daunting. But what I would say is that like, yes, make sure that you're aware that, you know, gas can be high and that you're okay with that. And your investment is something that you want to make sure that you're comfortable with. If you think, you know, a lot of people were like, I don't want to pay that amount of gas, and the project moons to like, you know, 5 ETH, and you would have been like, hell yeah. But I want you to just in the beginning, make sure you know it's all going to be okay. We're all early. You're going to be good. The only way that you're not going to be good is if you rush and make mistakes. And I don't want anyone in this space to do that. Cool.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
It was my pleasure, man. So just mute and unraise your hand, but it was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much.
All right. So Adam, did you have a question? Adam Rips?
I didn't. I was going to help answer the book games questions, and I was unmuted a little bit later on, but I could kind of stay in, and if someone has a question that you're uncertain about, I'll pop in again.
I'd love to. Yeah, I'll keep you unmuted then, but just be good, okay? Don't be weird. And say hi to everybody, Adam. Jason, spelled with a Y, like a true baller. How are you?
Hey, awesome content. I love you. I love May. Thank you guys so much for this. I am such a newbie. I've slept on the VeeFriend ones, but I paid attention. I got 3 book game tokens. I've listening to what you're saying, and they're going to be about $1,000 to get the VeeFriend 2. I've purchased through Coinbase about $1,000 in ETH, and I've also purchased some on Metamask. Why are you guys saying get it on Coinbase, not Metamask? And how quickly do I need to transfer the ETH to my Metamask prior to the possibility with 3 of these book game tokens for me to get on that whitelist? And how many NFTs are going to drop? Like, I know that's a lot of questions, but I'm just excited to be.
So hopefully I didn't forget all of them. So what I would say is this. So the first question I would address is, you bought on Coinbase and then you also bought on MetaMask. And the question is why, right? So Coinbase is by far the way that I would go. And the reason for that is on your MetaMask, it's third-party applications. There's nothing, they obviously vetted those. It's fine. There might be more fees associated with it. I just feel more comfortable with Coinbase for the ability to buy, the ability to then take my ETH from my wallet, send it back to Coinbase, and then send it to my bank account. I just like those options. It's safe, it's trusted. It gives me a well-rounded experience. So can you do the MetaMask? Absolutely, I've done it before, but I think that it's fee-wise and things like that. That's initially what I would react to with that. The other thing I would react to is that you said you bought $1,000. I would say take into consideration gas, because there's always going to be gas with every mint. So the $1,000 for the NFT is cool. Remember, we talked about gas and it can be a lot of money. So just factor that in. Then
go ahead. How much should I factor in if I'm going to get one? So put another $300 in ETH to be safe?
Whatever you feel comfortable with doing. I don't feel comfortable being like, because sometimes it's like someone might be comfortable being like, I'll spend whatever it takes. You know what I mean? But I think $300 is definitely something that I would be okay with. I've seen, like a good way to do is I would take a look at one of the gas sites that kind of shows what gas is at the current moment, and then do it during a really insane time where there's like an amazing drop, and see how far it goes up. See how far it goes up, and then tell yourself, would I be willing to pay that amount for me to do that? And that gives a good gauge on what gas would be during a very busy time, and if you're comfortable with that. Or if you're more comfortable with like, hey, I'm going to wait till secondary, maybe that balances out a little bit more or something like that. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking with what you're talking about with that.
Understood. So real quick, I know you probably don't even know the answer. And if you do, you won't say. How many of these V2s are going to be available? And since I have 3 book game tokens, what are my chances of even getting one?
Don't know the odds on that quite yet. I would say that it's always better to have those book games tokens so you can try to get into the friends list for you to be able to get the series 2. That gives you an advantage that most other people are not going to have. So any advantage is a good advantage as far as I'm concerned. And then I would say that I don't know the numbers, but we want to make sure that it's fair for everybody. That's including the series 1 people that are important to us because they backed Gary at a very early time. That goes to the book games people that want their advantage, and it goes to the people that don't have anything, because we want everyone to be happy and involved. So that's kind of what I would say, without getting into numbers, is we're trying to do the most appropriate thing with all parties in mind.
All right, thank you guys. You're the best. I'm gonna keep tuning in because I got 50 hours to learn this stuff, like Gary
Jason,
says.
you're the best, man. Thank you. All right, I think Ravi is next. I'm gonna ask to unmute. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah,
All right.
first off, I'd like to say it's a great session. It's a great initiative by you guys to educate us. I really like what you've been doing. I personally am very new to this NFT space, so I just did my first mint yesterday, so I'm fairly new to the whole space. So, and regarding the VeeFriends Series 2, is it just like every other project that there's a whitelist process that after you get whitelisted, you'll be able to mint, or is it like first come, first serve on the website?
Okay, so first things first, a couple people said that they're super noobs. We're all noobs, just so you know. Like an expert in this field is like a year old. So I want you to know that you're all, we're all early. And I want to, congratulate everyone for being early. I hope we're all rewarded for that. Congratulations on your first mint. Can I ask what it was? Ravi? No. Anyway, so in regards to Series 2, I would say that it's not a whitelist in the traditional sense. We don't like the word whitelist for some reason. We want to use friends list. It gives you an opportunity, gives you an advantage. So, you know, with Web3, one of the things that is happening right now is whitelists were kind of spawned from bots, basically like rampaging and making mints not fun for everybody and stealing like 30% of all the NFTs in any given project. So whitelists was a way to kind of even that out, and we're constantly on the kind of defensive on trying to do the most appropriate and best by the community as possible. So friend list is a way to kind of combat that sort of thing, and we have book games tokens as being the way to kind of segue into that. So is it similar to a whitelist? Yes, but it doesn't give us the absolute guarantee that you're going to be able to mint. It's going to give you the opportunity to. It's also rewarding people that have been involved in the book games, that bought his books. But yeah, I hope that answers your question, and thank you for the question. It was good talking to you, Robin. Please unraise your hand and unmute yourself. I'm going to go to Jimmy.
Okay.
Hey, Jimmy.
So for the book games, you said that the chances are like you for every ticket you get the raffle to begin to the V2 quicker.
Yeah, so it's in essence, it gives you each book game's NFT or token gives you an opportunity to be able to have an advantage on minting Series 2, but it doesn't guarantee you that. And that's kind of like the whitelist is a guarantee. Like, hey, a whitelist typically is, and people do it in different ways, like activity on Discord or something like that. And what happens is if you're whitelisted, you give that public wallet address that you have to the place and they set it in so you're able to mint and other people aren't. We're doing a way where we're giving an advantage but not a guarantee to people for Series 2 if they hold book games tokens, as well as other fun things I think that will be happening that will be revealed as we get closer.
Okay. Also, for the VeeFriends Series 2, like on the Series 1, about what do you know what they started as originally, price wise?
Yeah. It changed because I remember it's so weird because Ethereum prices can like go up and down and it's a pretty wild ride. And I think at the time we had prices and Ethereum went up to like an insane amount of money. And people were like, yo, like Ethereum is now like, way more than we originally thought. So I think we actually kind of dropped the prices a little bit in order to kind of combat or to take people's concerns in mind. And it depended on the token, like the Gift Goat or the access ones where you're able to like hang out with Gary and do stuff like that. Those started at like, pretty high levels. And then there was a floor in which it would stop, like 0.5 or 1 ETH. I think the cores were something to the effect of like, don't quote me on this, but I think the floor was 0.5. I forget what the ceiling was.
So pretty much there's a good chance that is there any benefits that come from the Series 2 that would make them go up in price like the Series 1?
Well, Series 1 definitely has a couple things going for it. Genesis, it's the first. That's always important. You get VCon, like there's that as well. So there's inherent utility to those. Series 2, we don't have anything revealed quite yet, but I know that Gary is always going to want value to those things. So I don't want to say either way. I mean, most NFTs that like do well don't have a whole lot of utility added to them, and they still do quite well. I think that Gary has done a good job of like adding utility to certain things, and the IP, and with his utility, a lot of people were like, they see it either or. They see it like, oh, it's either art or it's utility, not both. I see it as both. You get Gary's stuff, you're getting VCon, and you're also getting the IP. So that's how I see that with Series 2. Right now, there's not utility. Nothing shocks me as far as like, I'm sure we want to give as much value as possible to everybody. Like if it doesn't have utility, I see it as a value anyway, that it will rise. But like I said, the market dictates that stuff. But I think that Gary has a good track record of.
And of course, say like a year or two down the road when more have come out, there'll still be the early session one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any more that's going to come out, but I mean, there's no plans for that as of now. So I think right now this is what we have on the horizon, and we're going to do everything we can to put value into all the tokens that we currently have and the NFTs and the holders that we currently have.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you, man. Good talking with you. All right. So unmuting Sam.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good, Sam.
Good. My question was, I mean, I think you already answered, like somebody asked the same question, but initial. So I have like 5 book game tokens, and I was wondering, like, if there's any priority for those holders to mint the VeeFriends Series 2. But yeah, I think you already answered that question. The other one is, are we like, are there people start playing the book games so far? Like, I mean, is there a tutorial, anything like that, how to play the book games, and like how you burn the token and stuff like that? Like, is there?
Yeah, if you go to the VeeFriends site, there's a link there that will bring you to the marketplace, and it'll give a good breakdown of all that sort of stuff, like how to burn, what the burn is, what you can burn, what you get from the burn, things like that.
Okay. So that might be a good source to look at it, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you got book games tokens, that's the whole point of it, is to go there. That's going to be all the cool stuff that you're going to be able to play with. So I would, if you hold book games tokens, I'd keep at least one, so you have a chance at the friends list. But also, like, if you want to burn tokens for, like I said, like an NFT that you think is going to be beneficial to you, or you just like to have, and then I would also take note of, like, is it a NFT that is more rare than other ones, and to take that into consideration when you're burning something. You know what I mean? You don't want to burn something that's like super valuable for a baseline.
Yeah. No, I got it. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Hey, Sam, it was nice talking to you, man.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right, later. Chen Bar.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. It was a really great conference. I think I'm already have my answer, but I just want to be sure about that. So whichever book series I have will help me to get to the whitelist or whatever, to the series 2. It doesn't matter which one of them.
Yeah, they all have the same amount of probabilities, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Mix 1, 2, 3 to go. Hey, just unmute yourself. Let me see if I'd asked to unmute. Did it give you the option to unmute?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. How are you?
Sorry. Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted thank you for doing this, and it's very helpful.
Of course.
I just wanted to ask, if, for example, I have, let's just say for the sake of discussion, I have 5 book tokens, right? So 12.5 days, friends pass. Here comes the day. Out of these 5, is it possible that there's one, at least? There's no guarantee. Let's just say for the sake of discussion, again, there's only one that I get to mint the new character, right? So do I go to VeeFriends.com, and I would connect my wallet, and I would immediately see a new character popping out right there as I hit the mint button. And if I do, my follow-up question is, what if I at the same time wanted to get one or two of the existing character for V1? So how would that work on that day?
So I'm not sure I completely understand, but I'm gonna go down the path. If I'm incorrect, please stop me.
Yes.
So I think with typically with something like that, we're going to do some sort of way to decide how these book games tokens, who can get friend listed and who missed out on that. Typically what'll happen is that we will get that list of people that are okayed, and then they can be accessed to the mint. If you mint, I don't think that there's any discussion on like the amount you can mint quite yet. You know, like certain times that like, you know, some projects are like you can mint up to 25 per wallet, or you can mint 3 per wallet. Not sure what that would be quite yet.
Right.
I don't have that information. I'm just talking kind of like in general.
Right.
But if you were access to that, if one of the tokens you got access to, then you'd be able to mint the Series 2, I'm assuming. And I don't have any information as far as like if you clicked mint right then, what it would be, right? Like if I did have that information, I couldn't tell you because I would be murdered. Like I work for Marvel. It's like I work for Marvel or something like that. I couldn't tell you that, but typically, you know, like you know, it depends on the project. If it's generative or something like that, like sometimes they'll have a placeholder and then it's revealed, or you know, it really depends on what the art's going to be. Which, like I said, I can't discuss that, or else because
Totally
Gary's
understandable.
like, yeah, Gary's right here, and he's got a knife.
Right.
Yeah, he's right here, and he
Yeah,
would
but
murder
he's
me.
gonna cut you nicely anyways. That's
That would
fine.
be true. Yeah.
Right?
Yes. 12 and a half times you would cut me politely.
Well, right. But then isn't it there's an existing V1 character? So does that happen simultaneously, or like on my example itself, on that 12 and a half day Friends Pass, if I had that chance for the new character, so we're done with that part. You've answered it and I'm good. But what about at the same time I wanted to buy like say 1 or 2 of the old character, or should we say existing character? Will that happen on that very moment?
So that's a good question, actually. So the 12 or whatever new characters that there might be, I
there's
think
15.
Yeah,
right?
15. I think so. I don't know. But there's going to be an opportunity during that time, and we're not sure what that would be. You're talking about other than that, separately other than that, the rest of the collection, whether it be whatever it might be, you could, like, if you're talking about like you want a specific one, like you're probably not going to be able to do that as far as I know. But you maybe like the first series, you could select, I want that one, I want this one, I want that one. That might be the way that it goes, or it might not be. If it were, then you could choose the one that you wanted for Series 1. If it's not, then it would be a random generated one. And if you didn't get the one that you wanted, but let's say Sam from the earlier question had it, or Jimmy, who, you know, talked to us, had it, then you could go to OpenSea and see if they were selling it. And that's how the secondary market would be working, is that I want that one, I want this one, I think that one's cooler. And that's how that would be. So you would have an opportunity to get whatever one you wanted. It might not be from the mint at that point.
Got it.
We just have to wait and see how that'll shake down.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Just mute yourself and then unraise your hand. Okay. Bye. EOIC Smash. I'm gonna ask to unmute you.
Yo. What is going on, guys? How you doing? It's your boy Epic Smasher. I just typed it in wrong. I tried to change it, but I typed it in wrong. First off, awesome job, you guys. You guys are doing absolutely amazing. The team, I hear you guys speaking. I've attended on YouTube. I saw May speaking yesterday. I thought it was really, really dope. I'm going to show my kids the introductory video. You did amazing today. I just wanted to get on here, show some love. And then also the one question that I have is, are you guys looking to expand on the team? And could you guys use somebody like myself?
Oh, you looking for a job?
I'm looking for an opportunity.
Here's what I would say to that. I don't know, but the phrase that I've repeated a bunch of times on here is we're early, right? We're early to this space, dude. So what I would say is that like there are going to be so many opportunities, and I'm not sure what your qualifications are, but you're doing the right things, man. You're here. I would always make myself aware and what my qualifications are. I think a lot of opportunities, like easy opportunities, are like community managers, Discord related stuff. So like, I really want to talk to my friends and be like, get to know Discord, because there's going to be a lot of places and companies and brands that are going to want Discords in the future. And so that would be one of the things that like, depending on if you have, talent, you're going to, like, if you involve yourself in the NFT community, you're going to get a job, I would assume. If you don't have any skills, like you have a great opportunity to learn Discord, be a community manager, work your way up to a Discord manager, and you would be very, I would not be shocked if we're working together on some capacity, either with VeeFriends or a different brand very soon. So that would be my suggestion, would be like, depends on your experience, like definitely reach out to the VeeFriends, family, and let us know what your, skills are. If you think that you would prefer something like Discord related, I would get on that, man. There's so many opportunities for people being like, we need a Discord manager, we need a community manager. No one knows. There's so many people that know nothing about it, and there's an amazing opportunity, I think. And then if you let us know, then it's definitely one of those places that I think is a good opportunity. And you're just at your home, like on the computer, Discording. Like if you're a DGen like me, then you're good. So that's what I would say.
Yo, I love that. I really appreciate it. I would love to be a part of the Discord community. I'm involved now. I'm actually a streamer. I stream on Twitch, not just going to throw anything crazy, just you said experience. So I've been streaming for about 2.5 years. And I'm also an actor and been involved in crew work as well. So I think it would be really, really dope to work with you guys. Great opportunity. I'm going to take your advice to the fullest.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell that I just want to stare at you all day. You are great on screen. I want to watch you more. So yeah, dude, obviously you're very talented, and I'm glad that we got to talk. So yeah, man, epic smasher. Let's do it,
Yo, thank you so much. I look forward to it.
All right, my friend. All right, take care.
You're a boss.
All right. Derek's plural. I'm asked to unmute you. Do you have a question?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Very, very good.
So
there you are.
All right, here I go. So a friend of mine sent me this link, and I joined it because I wanted to know about crypto and NFTs. I know you guys do like courses and all that, and I think I missed the earlier one you guys did.
Mm-hmm.
So basically my question is, I made a Coinbase. For one, I don't know what it is, but I just made it.
I didn't know either. So it's fine.
I made a Coinbase, right? So I want to know, as for a person on the outside coming in, wanting to learn about crypto and NFTs, after making that Coinbase, what would be like my next step so I can set up like a crypto and like an NFT and get into that? I'm trying to learn.
Yeah, that's amazing that you did a good job with Coinbase.
And like as a person from the outside coming in, like I have no idea what any of this is. So
we're all super new to this. So like
I wanted to learn. So my question was, what should I do as starting up, trying to learn crypto and NFTs, and then also where should I look for research so I can learn as much as possible?
So May, can you drop some links to him? So May is going to drop some links in the chat. So that would be where I would go. We have amazing, like in this class here, like if you went from the beginning, we're going to walk you through it. And we walked through Coinbase. And just as a real quick, like I got you here, Coinbase is where you get Ethereum, but you can't do anything with it. You can't buy anything with it on Coinbase right now. So you need to get a wallet and you attach that to your browser. And once you do that, you send the ETH from Coinbase. So you take your money, your dollars, and you change it to ETH on Coinbase. Now that you have that, you need to send it to a wallet. And once you have that wallet, that's when you can start buying NFTs. So all that information, check those links. We definitely have these sessions all week, I think, and all next week, I believe. So hop in. We have links galore on real basic step one, not even step two, like step one, step 1.1, 1.2. You know what I'm saying? Like we all understand the idea of like not knowing what the heck is going on. And that's what we're doing here, is taking baby steps so we're all experts on how to do this crypto thing the right and safe way. So check out the links that May's going to send. Basically, you know, VeeFriends site has a blog, has a ton of helpful stuff. Go to our Discord. If May wants to drop the Discord link in there, the Discord is constantly, people are in there helping, but like there's links, like super basic links in there that we can just show you, like under, I think it's under like articles, helpful articles on the Discord. There's a wealth of knowledge. And the cool thing about crypto right now and NFTs is if you get in now and you become even a little bit knowledgeable in this, it's going to like, it's such a early, and you're going to be kind of seen as someone that's got a ton of knowledge in a year, like an expert at that point, which I think is super beneficial to everyone listening now. And I think that it can change lives, to be honest with you. I mean, don't quote me on that, but like it's changed mine. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, it was a pleasure talking to you. Good luck with everything. And if you join the Discord, yeah, like I'll look for you in there. And you know, we're always, you know, everyone's super helpful. Just don't use DMs in there. All right, I can't hear you, you're muted, but just know that that information would be helpful to you. So thank you so much, man. All right, man. So I'm gonna unmute May. May, is that all the questions we have so far?
That's it. We definitely went over time, but that's okay. You know,
yeah.
We helped DERRICK. We helped Derek. We helped a lot of different people. So it was a great session. I love these smaller sessions. You know, our first one we capped out 1,000. So that was awesome because we just got a lot of faces in here. But now smaller sessions are really when we can get intimate and answer as many questions as we can. And there's another session tonight at 8 p.m.
Who's doing that session?
That session will be led by Adam. Adam
Awesome.
will be, Adam, our troublemaker. No, not troublemaker, but
Yeah.
Adam will be leading the session tonight. So he will be around. And, you know, if you've already been in these sessions, I've seen a lot of familiar faces. Jason's been in here, you know, 1, 2, 3, like I've seen you everywhere mixed. So if you come back, always try and like, you know, we'll be around. So just come to these sessions, ask us questions. What days Jay asked is, Jay, in this blog post, if you scroll down to the bottom, there is a, is it this one? No, it's not this one. Wait, don't click on that one. Click on this one. If you click on this blog post, how to buy your first NFT that I just shared, if you scroll down a little bit, there is a click here education session schedule. Within this blog post, you will be able to see weekly, we update it. You'll be able to see the time and the hour. And then like, you know, we do, sometimes why are we doing it at 8 p.m. ET? Because it helps different time zones. So we are trying to like get to as many people as possible. So please check out this blog post. This is the one you should bookmark. And in this one, we have the schedule, we have the PowerPoint we used, we have the freaking recordings. So everything's being recorded. This will, you know, Joe's handsome face and voice will be up on YouTube. And by end of today, we'll have it up and running too. So
thank you, May. So after this, should I after I say goodbye, should I just end it for the session?
I think you should just end it for the session. Just leave and then end it for everyone, and then we'll see everyone in a little bit.
Awesome.
I know you have a question, but we're definitely way over time. And during the day, you know, there's a lot that we got to do as a team. So please join one of the other sessions, or another day. We'll be around and we'll definitely get to your question. We got your face or your name. So we'll come back.
Thanks, May.
Thank you, everyone.
Yep. Just wanted to say bye to everyone. It was nice meeting everybody. Thanks
you for
the
sticking around.
questions. And we will talk very soon.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.